Okay, everyone's been talking about it, and there are countless videos with their expert opinions, but after watching the incredible Netflix drama Adolescence, I felt there were one or two things I could bring to the table. In case you still haven't seen it, the 4-part Netflix drama follows the Millers, an average family who are torn apart after their 13-year-old son, Jamie, is arrested for killing his classmate, Katie. It dives deep into the influence of social media, toxic masculinity, and the rise of online misogyny. Actor Stephen Graham, who gives a phenomenal performance as Jamie's father, came up with the idea after becoming increasingly distressed by Britain's knife crime epidemic, especially among young people. It's raised many uncomfortable but necessary questions: how something like this could happen, who is to blame, and what we can do to prevent it in the future. A combination of stunning acting and the claustrophobic one-take filming technique make it powerful enough to honestly save lives. It's been discussed in Parliament, and the Prime Minister has called for it to be shown in schools. But there's surely something seriously wrong in society when it takes a TV drama to spark the conversations we should have been having years ago. Now, I can't speak for parents. I'm child-free. What do I know about the challenges of raising kids? So I'm not going to lay all the blame on them. That said, there is clearly a cavernous generational divide. Has that gap ever been as wide? Probably. So what about social media? Well, without doubt, it's one of the main issues. Algorithms pushing extreme content, misogyny being just a few clicks away, all while parents assume their kids are just gaming. But is that really the root of knife crime? We're always searching for something external to blame, anything to avoid a deeper look at ourselves. In the 50s it was comic books and rock and roll. In the 60s, TV. In the 70s, violent films. In the 80s, heavy metal. In the 90s, rap and video games. The truth is, violent content doesn't make people violent. But teenagers who like that stuff are often demonised. Too many parents don't know what their kids are doing online, or worse, they avoid difficult conversations altogether. Then there's our collective inability to concentrate for more than 5 seconds. Few people read anymore. Kids are hooked on high-octane snippets of dopamine-rich entertainment. And adults, many are falling for conspiracy theories so stupid that you wonder if they ever went to school. This all leads to a society ripe for manipulation by whoever wants: media, influencers, or governments. One of the most disturbing elements of adolescence is the fact that the young boy kills a girl and genuinely believes she deserved it. The series points towards an increase in misogynistic content online. Well, with people like Trump holding the most powerful positions in the world, can we really be surprised? So could something like this happen in Kazakhstan? I don't think so, not to the same extent, not with children. That's not to say that Kazakhstan doesn't have its issues. The recent spotlight on domestic violence shows that clearly. There are deep-rooted problems that need urgent attention, and more so than the frequently pushed topics of language and subcultures. But the attitude towards children and teens in Kazakhstan is fundamentally different from that in Britain. Children are valued like nothing else, if not by the state, then at least by good families. In England you can see signs on restaurant doors saying "no children" or "no dogs, no children." Perhaps an attitude that comes from the delightful Victorian sentiment that children should be seen and not heard. Do that in Kazakhstan and your restaurant would be out of business by the end of the week. Kazakhstan is youthful. It's a young population and many teenagers feel it. There's even some optimism, I would say, though of course not for everyone. Violent crime among young people will hopefully never reach the terrifying levels that it has in England, but that isolation perhaps manifests itself in different ways, maybe ways that we've yet to witness. Then there's the schools. I was amazed when I first came to Kazakhstan how many adults have kept in touch with their favourite teachers. The Soviet tradition of giving flowers on Teachers' Day would seem strange to Brits, not just because it seems a bit unethical, but because many people in the UK didn't respect their teachers enough to consider it. The school in Adolescence is sadly very believable. Teachers are stuck in crisis mode. Kids are in control and out of control. And the teachers are powerless to intervene. We've provided excuses for every behaviour, overdiagnosing ADHD and autism and giving everything a label that once would have been seen as just part of growing up. We tell ourselves we're promoting inclusion, but in reality we're just dividing people further. Is this happening in Kazakh schools? I somehow doubt it. Not like this. And finally, what about underinvestment? Britain is known for its wealth, manners and high moral values, but that's largely a myth. Between 2010 and 2023, 1,243 council-run youth centres closed. These places were lifelines for young people. Austerity measures shut down 2/3 of them, and now we're scratching our heads wondering why teenagers are angry. While the adults were busy bickering over Brexit, teenagers, who didn't even get a say, are left to deal with the fallout. The ones paying attention in class are learning that the planet may not be habitable in their lifetimes, and that AI might take most of their jobs before they even get started. And we wonder why they're disillusioned. So yes, I strongly recommend Adolescence. Watch it with an open mind. Don't lose sleep over it, but don't ignore it either. I watched it with a mixture of shame and recognition, not just at what the world has become, but at how long the warning signs have been there and we've just chosen to look the other way.